Hi, where you from?
Whitney Smith.
UK elections are going on. What's your position about the elections?
Well, the thing is, why can't we have one party and just have one party that they can agree instead of having five or six parties that don't agree? So basically, if you have one party and they all got together and decided to sort everything out, it would be much better than having five or six parties trying to sort bits and pieces out.
Which of the parties would you rather support to getting emerge?
Well, Conservatives been in that long, and basically we're going nowhere. Yeah. So why can't you get somebody else in, Liberal, Labour, whatever, to try and sort stuff out? Because Conservatives been in for about 16 years, and nothing's ever happened, does it?
So, in your opinion, you would rather not prefer any one of them?
I think Liberal or could be in with a good chance. I've seen a lot of Liberal posters about, and perhaps Liberal sorts things out. I don't know. I mean, I've listened to obviously on the telly, and basically Liberal, what they're saying is good, like sorting out the NHS and stuff like that. They all want to sort that out, but if you had one party, instead of having five or six, you have one party to all together and sort things out for the whole country, surely it'd be better.
Hi, where you from?
Near Chipping Norton.
Okay, that's interesting. Today is the UK general elections. What's your opinion about the election?
I think it's going to be a disaster
How?
because I think that nobody is going to be able to sort it out. Labour left a huge debt when they left power last time. The Conservatives haven't done much better job, and all of the others amount to nothing.
So, in all of these, who would you still prefer to? Which of the party would you still prefer to emerge?
Conservatives,
Why?
because they're least likely to make things worse.
Hi, where you from?
I'm from Whitney.
That's interesting. The UK elections is going on today.
That's right.
What's your opinion about the elections?
I think I'm not like everybody else. I'm a bit dismayed by elections because we have all these people that rush that they want us to vote for them, but does anybody ever stick to what they say they're going to do for the community? Yeah, I don't. They're not very honest. I think they say everything to get votes, but then when time comes and they're supposed to do what they say they're going to do, they don't always do it.
So, which of the parties do you think is going to win this election?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I think from the boards that I see around the area, probably Liberal Democrats. I think I'm not voting for them personally, but yeah, yeah.
The majority of people do not want conservatives anymore.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about that?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I can see why they don't want them. They haven't stuck to what they said they're going to do. But I think that's the same with every party. Every party gets in, and none of them ever stick to what they say they're going to do. So it doesn't surprise me.
So, in other words, you neutral about the probable winner of today. You neutral about it.
Very neutral.
Where are you from, sir?
We're actually from Scotland, but we're living down here.
The UK general elections is going on today. What's your opinion about the election?
Well, it's well overdue, and it's due for a change. But we've always been Conservative voters, but we were undecided right up to last because we didn't agree with the VAT on education. Our daughters have their children in private education and have to work very hard to put them there. And I don't believe that any country in the world should tax education. So I think that's Labour's biggest mistake.
What is would you like to see win the election?
Win the election? That's such a difficult one. It's not going to be Conservatives. And I think I would have preferred Lib Dem. But we all know it's going to be Labour. So Labour is going to be the party in charge. And I just have to hope there's a reasonable opposition.
Opposition?
There needs to be an opposition, so they can hold the government to account. Because if they have such a supermajority, they'll be able to do whatever they want, and we don't want that.
Okay. Hi, where you from?
I'm from here. I live 4 miles away.
Oh, that's interesting. So, the general elections in the UK is holding today. So what's your opinion about the elections?
Well, I think people should vote if they can. I've already done so by post myself, because I care what happens to this country, and it's in a mess at the moment.
So, which of the parties would you rather prefer to, emerge?
Well, I have to say I'm a tactical voter this particular occasion. I don't want the present government. I think they've shown nothing but incompetence for the last few years. So I have voted Liberal Democrat because I think they're most likely to displace the local MP.
So, you made mention of the fact that the present party have been incompetent. They have been incompetent. What do you mean? In what sense?
Well, the way the employees of the government behaved during the COVID crisis, for example. The Partygate story was pretty shocking. The fact that the post office scandal was never brought to a proper conclusion is still continuing today. Various other compensation schemes that haven't been settled. The Windrush generation, all those things which are left hanging because the government doesn't take decisions and doesn't tax people fairly in order to make money available for things that should be done to improve life here.
Where are you from?
South Africa.
Opinion about the UK elections that is going on today?
They're all a load of crooks. A whole lot of them. They just want to look after themselves and say, oh, we better do something for the country. There's too many of them, far too many, especially in the House of Lords. And I'm sure they could run the country on at least half. We've just been to Booley. What was it where we've been? Blenheim Palace. And they're building some huts there, and it's costing £35 million for a 4-hour conference. And they say they don't waste money. What good could they do with £35 million to improve the country? And that's about all I've got to say. Now I'm going to buy a pair of socks.
Where are you from?
Whitney.
What would you like to say about the UK elections?
It's a farce and it's a complete waste of time. No matter who you vote for, nothing will change.
Oh, nothing have changed. As in, what do you mean by nothing have changed?
They're all in it for doing things for themselves. They're not in it for helping the people. Sorry, but that's the main two parties are not in it for helping the people at all.
The party would you prefer to emerge?
I'd like to get rid of the whole lot of them and start all over again because not one of them are out for the common person.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm from Whitney.
Oh, that's interesting. The general elections in the UK is already today. What's your opinion about the elections?
Just get the Conservatives out. That's my opinion.
The present government, right?
Yes, yeah.
Why do you want them out?
I think they've managed the last however many years they've been in not particularly well. I don't think they have the public's best interest at heart. I think at the moment it's really difficult with the political state in England. I don't think there's a particularly good party to vote for. I think it's sort of the best out of a bad bunch, but I just don't think the Conservatives are the best out of that bad bunch. So,
okay, you don't want the Conservatives, so which of the parties do you want?
For this constituency, Liberal Democrats, just because they're the biggest opposition to the Tories. So, but otherwise, I'd probably vote Green. Because, I don't want the planet to die and the other parties aren't really particularly inviting.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm from West Oxfordshire, so Ensham, just the next sort of village along.
Oh, good. Sorry, today is the UK general elections. What's your opinion about the election?
I think the run-up to the election has been shambolic and incredibly repetitive, and I just wish that all the politicians would say what they actually mean rather than what they've been told to say.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So, which of the party would you rather prefer to get in emerge?
Okay, well, I really hope that either the Greens or the Liberal Democrats will gain a load more seats, although they won't get into government. But I really do not want either the Tories or Labour at all. And certainly not Reform.